If I'm starting virtual assistant today, the way that I will follow to find client is going to be totally different than when I get started because everything changes. Right now, Upwork is just too expensive for beginners. You have to pay to even apply for jobs that you don't even know whether you are going to get the job or not. And Fiverr made it unrealistic for beginners to get hired nowadays. It's not impossible, but it's extremely hard. And that is why in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact process that I will follow if I am looking to find a client as a beginner to virtual assistant today. Back in 2019, when I decided I want to start working online, I started offering WordPress website design to clients on freelancer.com. And I did end up finding few clients, didn't work out very much, then I moved to Fiverr. On Fiverr is where I started offering virtual assistant services. And that path was great back then, but it wouldn't work today because at that time when I joined Fiverr have something called buyer request, where buyers or clients are going to post their job on the platform, and you as a virtual assistant, you can go in, search through the jobs, and you can be able to apply and send your proposal. But that wouldn't work today at all because Fiverr get rid of that buyer request. They introduce buyer brief, but that is available only to very few people. So you have to just create your gigs and wait and hope a client send you a message first. That is unrealistic. And Upwork at that time, it was still pay to play. You still have to buy Connect in order to apply for jobs, but they give pre-Connect on multiple occasions in different times. When you finish setting up your accounts, they will give you pre-Connect, and applying to jobs is like 4 Connect, 5, 6 Connect. Nowadays it's 20 plus. And that is why that method is also not going to work. And that is why if I'm starting virtual assistant today, the first thing I'm going to do is choose the right services to offer to client. This is very important because if you choose, let's say you decided to become a data entry virtual assistant and you only learn data entry, you are going to have a much harder time finding a client if you just do that because you limit yourself. There are 3 types of virtual assistant that you can choose and start. You can either become a general virtual assistant, where you are going to be offering general administrative and office support assistant to your client, or you can choose a niche or a specialization. If you are a beginner, it's not a good idea to choose a specialization or choose a niche because you just don't know what to learn to offer services in those niche or in those specializations. So starting as a general virtual assistant is still the best option for complete beginners, but you can still do it the right way. So instead of choosing one thing like data entry and just become a data entry virtual assistant, it will be a much better idea to become administrative virtual assistant. If you start as an administrative virtual assistant, then you are going to learn all the things that an administrative assistant is going to offer to employers or clients. Things like Google Sheet, Google Doc, Google Drive, Google Form, Google Calendar, all of those basic things under Google Workspace, because you have to know how to use those tools in order to become an administrative assistant. So really, when it comes to choosing the right services, if I know I don't have the specialization to choose a specialization or choosing a niche, this is what I will do. I will learn all of these basic tools and become an administrative assistant. And the next thing I'm going to do is prioritize professional branding. This is super important. See, if you can't look and appear professional to potential client, they are not going to feel confident trusting you to take care of their business. So if you are applying to jobs and your potential client check out your portfolio or your profile, wherever you have a profile, and they see an obvious AI generated content with those long dashes and maybe even some placeholder text, they are just not going to feel confident hiring you. If you have a portfolio and the portfolio, you don't even have your nice picture, you use AI to generate your picture and add in your portfolio, you are just going to appear as someone not capable and not professional enough to take care of a professional business. And so that is why really I will prioritize professional branding. Whatever I do, I'm going to make sure no matter someone look at anything that I have online, they are going to see it as someone professional. So all your social profiles, make sure you have professional social profiles. If you have your Facebook account that you do all your political random things and memes, maybe just create a new one. Create new profiles that are going to have your nice smiling professional picture, and anything you posted is going to look professional. If you create your portfolio, let's say in Canva, make sure you give it all the time it needs into making it professional. Ask for feedback. Go to Facebook groups where virtual assistants hang out in. post your portfolio and ask for feedback, because most times I see some people will create their portfolio. They will think it's great, but the moment I look at it, I will see obvious mistakes, and that is why asking for feedback is very important. Always keep this in mind. If you can't look professional, a professional business is not going to hire you and trust you to take care of their business. Okay, now we are going to the next part of this video, which is where to look for client. If I am starting today, I am not going to go to Upwork or Fiverr. I may still create my account on Upwork and Fiverr just to leave them there, because one important thing is these platforms changes. They changes all the time. Sometimes some changes will happen and Upwork will be the best. Sometimes some changes are going to happen on another platform and Fiverr will be the best. Sometimes other changes may happen and another platform is going to be the best. So for that reason, I will create my account on Fiverr and Upwork, but that is it. I am not going to buy Connect and try to apply for jobs on Upwork. It's just too expensive and there isn't really much you can do on Fiverr. When you finish creating your gigs, you just have to wait and hope a potential client reach out to you first. What I am going to do is I'm going to go to freelancer.com. Freelancer.com gives you the right and the best chance right now. If you compare it with all the other platforms, Freelancer.com is the best for beginners right now. Because with Freelancer.com, you can only send very few proposals really with their free account. But if you pay around $10, you can send 50 to 100 applications per month. So you still stand a chance, even though you still have to pay in order to get the right chance, in order to stand the chance of getting hired. The amount that you are going to pay is affordable compared to Upwork, much more affordable compared to Upwork. So on freelancer.com, you stand a chance, and that is exactly what I will do. I will create my account on all the other platforms, but I'm going to focus my energy in finding a client on freelancer.com. But I'm not going to stay only on freelancing platforms, because there are other opportunities out there. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on cold outreach or direct outreach. This is where you do a research, you find your potential client, people who you believe they are going to benefit from your services, and you reach out to them, either via email or social media. You introduce yourself, you introduce how you can help them save time, make more money, make their business easy, whatever your focus is. And this is the second thing I'm going to focus on. I will use freelancer.com and cold outreach. And doing cold outreach the right way is key, because a lot of people are doing cold outreach, but they are doing it wrong. If you are doing it wrong, your messages or emails are going to end up in spam folder and you are never going to get any response. And that is why I have a full video where I go through all the details in cold outreach. I'm going to put a link to it in the description of this video. And the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to prioritize building connection. I'm using freelancing platforms, I'm doing cold outreach, but then every day I'm going to focus on building connections. I already have a professional Facebook account, so I'm going to join Facebook groups. I find many clients in Facebook groups, and you can still find clients in Facebook groups for free. But the problem is, a lot of the Facebook groups you are going to find are spammy. But if you search and do it long enough, you are going to be able to figure out the right ones, the real ones, where you are going to stand a chance of finding a client. Even the groups that virtual assistant hang out in, there are some virtual assistants who have a virtual assistant agency, which means they are hiring other virtual assistants to work for them. So if you are in the right groups and you are participating, not just waiting for someone to post a job and apply, when you are participating, you stand a chance of connecting with other people and potentially getting a job. I get hired multiple times in Facebook groups just by connecting with people. And LinkedIn is another way that you can find client. I never find client on LinkedIn because I never really focus on LinkedIn, but I know many virtual assistants who built their entire career on LinkedIn. And so that is where all my energy is going to go to if I am looking to find client today. I am going to use freelancer.com, cold outreach, build connections on social media. But even if you do all of this right, we all know competition is extreme in the industry. And so that is why you have to have the right approach in order to be able to separate yourself and stand a chance of getting hired. And under this section, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create so many work samples that anytime I found a job, I will have some samples that are going to be relevant to that job. I get asked this question all the time when I talk about work samples. I never work for anyone. How can I hire Upwork samples? Well, you create it. You do the work as if a client hire you to do it for them, and you save it as your work sample. If you want to opt all the general assistant stuff, you can create data entry samples, create Google Sheet samples, create content in Google Doc, create your own calendar and take a screenshot of it. It can be your work sample. Whatever you can do for a client, you do it as a sample that you can include in your portfolio. You can include it in your proposal when you are applying to jobs. This is key, especially if you have never worked for anyone, because if you have never worked for anyone that you can show a proof of working for someone, then clients are going to feel uncomfortable with trusting you. But if you show them some samples of your work, they can clearly see that you have the knowledge and experience to do the job. And that is going to help them feel confident and hire you to do the job for them. The second thing I'm going to do is get some testimonials. This is very important. Even if you never ever work as a virtual assistant, if you ever done any work in your life, you can ask the person you work for to write you a testimonial. If you never even work for you in your life at all, ask your friends to give you a character testimonial. What can they say about your character? You can use that as your testimonial. You can add it in your portfolio or anywhere that you send people to learn more about you. And the next important thing is not being afraid to be on camera. I find this a little bit annoying when I am interviewing virtual assistant. A lot of times when I am interviewing virtual assistant in Nigeria, it's an interview, but I will join the interview, but I will see that their camera is up. It's an interview. I'm supposed to see you, you are supposed to see me. And that being afraid to be on camera is going to really reduce your chance of getting a job. So don't be afraid to be on camera. And even some jobs, they are going to ask you to record a long video with your application. And if you are afraid to be on camera, you cannot do that. And if you don't do that, you don't stand a chance. And even for the jobs that doesn't ask you to record a long video, if you read the job description, you really want it, you can record the video yourself. You can record an introduction video specifically for that job and you include it with your application. These are the kind of things that are going to help you separate yourself and give you the chance of getting the job above everyone else. Okay, the next thing that we are going to talk about is what to focus on. What should you focus on within the next 30 days? You want to start virtual assistant today from zero. What should you focus on? Well, the first thing you should focus on within the past 30 days is learning and being good at what you want to offer to client. Pick 1 or 2 hours every day. And every day within that time that we pick 1 or 2 hours is enough. You are going to learn, watch tutorials and practice your skills. If you do this for 30 days, it is really going to be enough for you to be good enough to start working for client after just 30 days. And when you do it right after 30 days, the next thing you should focus on is focus on applying to jobs for at least 90 days. As long as you spend 30 days learning and practicing your skills, you do have the skills. You just have the skills. You have to just get out there and start applying to jobs. If you get stuck in the learning phase where you are always learning, you can never get out of learning. You can never finish learning. So if you learn for 1 or 2 hours every day for 30 days, that is enough. The next 90 days, focus on applying to jobs. Send your proposal, send your application on freelancer.com. Find potential clients, send cold outreach messages, connect with people every day on social media and try to find a job. That is what you should focus on. If you do it aggressively within the next 90 days, you stand a good chance of getting hired. The final thing I want you to remember is this is not a quick fast to making money. You are going to have to put in the right time, all the time it needs into learning the skills, figuring out how to do it right, and eventually you are going to get the job. But if you just want to make it work within the next few weeks, it is not going to work. And especially if you let yourself get distracted, you work on it for 2 weeks, then you didn't even look at anything related to virtual assistant for the next 2 weeks, then you came back to it after 1 month, you are just going to keep running in cycles. You have to focus on it, do it right. Over time, you are going to figure out everything and you stand a chance of getting hired within the next maybe few months. If you want to learn more about cold outreach, you can check out this next video. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.